Hello students, welcome back. In my last video, I have already introduced the topic on integers. You all have already seen what are integers. Integers comprise of negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. We also learned how negative numbers are very important to us in our day-to-day lives. I also showed you on how to represent integers on a number line, and very importantly, the most important concept is that when you proceed forward on a number line, the value of the integer increases. And when you move backwards on the number line, the value of the integer decreases. Now let's go to exercise 3A, question number 9. In question 9, you are asked to represent each of the following on the number line. The first one, all integers from -5 to 3. So I have already drawn the number lines and kept them ready here. In the first one, I have to represent on the number line all the integers from -5 to 3. So if I have my -5 here and say 3 somewhere here, then let's see which all integers are there from -5 to +3. So I will write -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. In the second one, they have asked us to represent all the negative integers greater than -6. So if I have -6 here in the second one, I need to show all the integers greater than -6. As you know, to get integers of a greater value, I have to move forward. So let me move forward and get all the negative integers which are greater than -6. So it will be -5, -4, -3, -2, -1. We will stop at -1 because 0 is not a negative integer, neither it is a positive integer. So -1 is the greatest negative integer. 0 is a neutral integer. Third one, all negative integers less than 6. So in the third one, I have to show all negative integers less than 6. So if my +6 is here, now since I need integers less than 6, I have to go backwards. To get any integer of a lower value, I have to come backwards. And they have mentioned all non-negative integers. It is understood that non-negative means positive. So let us see which all are the positive integers less than 6. It's +5, +4, +3, +2, +1. That is the last one. We cannot write 0 because 0 is a neutral integer. In the fourth question, they've asked us all even positive integers less than 12. So if I have 12 here, when there is no sign put for an integer, it is understood that it is a positive integer. So I need all even positive integers less than +12. As you know, less than means you have to come backwards. Now your integer has to be positive and it also has to be even. So which integers are positive, even and less than +12? It will be +10, +8, +6, +4 and +2. In the fifth one, we need to write all odd negative integers greater than -8. So I have -8. I want all negative integers greater than -8. Now, if I want greater, I have to move forwards. But at the same time, remember, I need only odd negative integers. So which will be the odd negative integers greater than -8? I will have -7, -5, -3 and -1. Okay, these are the integers, negative integers which are odd. So I hope you all have understood question 9. I have not done question 4 and 5 for you so that you all can attempt it on your own. 3 are already solved. Look how I have solved. In the same way you all can attempt 4 and 5. Okay, now having understood this concept, let us move to the next concept of integers. That is, how do you find the absolute value of an integer? Now let us see what is the meaning of absolute value of an integer. Consider I have an integer minus 60. Now these two parallel lines means that I have to find its absolute value. These two parallel lines signify that I have to find the absolute value of this integer minus 60. Now absolute value is just the numerical value of the integer irrespective of its sign. So if I want the numerical value of this integer, what will it be? It will just be 16. For the absolute value, there is no sign put, it is only the numerical value. Let me take another example. Say you have to find the absolute value of the integer plus 7. What will it be? Yes, just the numerical value, that is 7. Let's find absolute value of minus 10. Its numerical value will be just 10. So absolute value is the value of the integer irrespective of its sign. It is just the numerical value. Now we'll move to the next question, which is based on absolute value of an integer. Question number 6. Exercise 3A, question number 6. You are asked to evaluate. I will solve similar examples as they are there in your question 6 so that you all can understand and then attempt question 6 on your own. Okay, so I have an expression here. I have to evaluate it. The absolute value of the integer minus 4 plus the absolute value of the integer plus 6 minus the absolute value of the integer minus 5. Now what will be the absolute value of minus 4? Just the numerical value, that is 4. Absolute value of plus 6 will be 6. Absolute value of minus 5 will be 5. Now the sign here will be plus and this will be minus. So I have to just find the value of 4 plus 6 minus 5. Remember your DMAS, addition has to be done first before the subtraction. So 4 plus 6 is 10 minus 5. So the answer will be 5. Now let's solve another example. Let's find the absolute value of each integer. The absolute value of minus 7 will be 7. The value of plus 5 will be 5 and the absolute value of minus 1 will be 1. Now let's put the signs here. The minus will come here and this minus will come here. So 7 minus 5 is 2. Solve this part first. Both are subtractions, so you can go in order. 7 minus 5 will be 2 and then minus 1. So your answer is 1. So this is how you evaluate. Write the absolute values, see what are the signs between them and solve to get your answer. Now let us proceed to exercise 3B. Now in exercise 3B we are going to learn how to do operations on integers, how to add integers. Let's begin with how to add integers. Now there are different rules that you have to follow while adding integers. Let me first take an example of adding two negative integers. Okay, here I have minus 3 plus minus 5. Now you can notice that both the integers have the minus sign. They both belong to the negative family. Both belong to the same family. Now when integers belong to the same family, you just have to add their numerical value. So the numerical value of minus 3 will be 3 and the numerical value of minus 5 is 5. Now once again I am telling you, since both belong to the same family, that is the negative family, we have to add up their numerical value. So we will add up 3 and 5 to get a total of 8. The answer will be 8. Now which sign will I put for my answer? Since both are belonging to the negative family, the answer will also have the negative sign. So this is the first kind of example. In the second example, I have both the integers belonging to the positive family. You can see here I have +2 and +6. Both the integers carry the positive sign. That means they both belong to the positive family. Since they both belong to the positive family, follow the same rule, that is add their numerical value. So it is 6 and 2, the numerical value of +2 is 2, the numerical value of +6 is 6. Add the two numerical values, you will get 8. Now the answer here too is 8. But what sign will I put for this 8? Since both belong to the positive family, the answer will also have the positive sign. So understand this concept once more. Here both the numbers belong to the negative family. That's why I added the absolute or numerical values. The answer carried the same sign as the two numbers in the question. Since both were negative, the answer is also negative. In the next sum, both were positive. Again, they both belong to the same family. So once more, here also I added the numerical value. Since both belong to the positive family, the answer was also positive. Now in the third case, you can see that one of the integer belongs to the negative family and the other integer belongs to the positive family. Now here they both are belonging to two different families. One is negative, the other is positive. Now the rule here is different. Since they belong to two different families, I will not add up their numerical values, but I will subtract their numerical values. Now you know, in case of subtraction, we always put the big number on top, minus it with the small number below. Now out of these two numbers, out of these two integers, +8 is going to have a numerical value of 8, -4 is going to have a numerical value of 4. So I will take the difference of these two numbers. Since 8 is bigger, I will put 8 on top and 4 is smaller, so I will put 4 down. I am not going to add this time because they are both belonging to different families. I will take their difference. So the answer is 4. So my answer is going to be 4. Now the question is, which sign should we put for this 4? Should I put a minus sign or should I put the plus sign? Now that will be decided by the integer which is having the higher numerical value. In this case, 8 is having the higher numerical value. Now since 8 is having the positive sign, the answer too will carry the positive sign. So this is how you go about adding integers. Let us just consider some more examples to get a clear idea of this. Let us try to add -3 plus -4. You can see here both belong to the negative family. So what do we do? Negative family, add the numerical values. If I add the numerical values, 3 plus 4 will become 7. Since both the integers are carrying the negative sign, the answer will also carry the negative sign. Let's take another example. +15 plus -9. One belongs to the positive family, the other belongs to the negative family. So here I have to take the difference of the two numerical values. I have 15 and 9. Put the higher number, bigger number on top, minus the smaller number. So the answer is 6. 15 minus 9 is 6. So the answer will be 6. Now which sign will you put for 6? 15 is having the higher numerical value and it carries the positive sign. So the answer will also be positive. Let's take one more example. +10 plus. You can see both belong to the positive family. Same family, so add the values. 10 plus 20 will give you 30. Since both belong to the positive family, the answer will also be positive. So I hope addition of integers is clear. So you all can attempt exercise 3B question 1 by looking at this examples. Now let's go to question 2 of exercise 3. In question 2 of exercise 3B, they have asked you to write the additive inverse. Now what is the meaning of additive inverse? Let me show you all with the help of an example. Consider I have an integer minus 7. Now you are asked to write its additive inverse. Now additive inverse will be the same integer but with the opposite sign. So the additive inverse of minus 7 will be plus 7. The additive inverse of plus 13 will be minus 13. So it is just the same integer with the opposite sign. The additive inverse of 0 is going to be 0. Now what actually is the meaning of this additive inverse? It is just a simple thing that if I add the original integer and its additive inverse, the total should be 0. Let's just try working it here. See, I add minus 7 and its additive inverse. What will my answer be? You can follow the same concept that I just explained to you all. These are the two integers. Since they belong to different families, what will you all do? You all will take the difference. So what is the difference of 7 and 7? 0. So when you add the additive inverse to the integer, the answer is always going to be a 0. So in the same way, you can write the additive inverse of all the integers given in question 2 of exercise 3. You all don't have to show this working. You will just write the additive inverse as I have shown. Now let's go to question 3. Find the successor of. You have already learned about what is a successor and what is a predecessor. Successor is plus 1, predecessor is minus 1. As of now, let us just learn how to find the successor of a given integer. Consider I have an integer minus 34. Now I have to find its successor. So successor means plus 1. So to this integer I will add 1. You can put the positive sign here because you are adding a positive integer 1 to it. And now you can follow the same rule that you all have learned. How will I add minus 34 and plus 1? Different families, so I will take the difference. 34 and 1. I need to find it. I will put 34 up, 1 down. The answer is 33. Now which sign will I put for the 33? 34 is having the higher numerical value. So I will put minus sign for 33. Let us take another example. Find the successor of plus 25. Okay, so to plus 25, I need to add 1. That is, I need to add plus 1. Now I have plus 25 and plus 1. Both belong to the same positive family. Now since they both belong to the same family, I need to add their numerical values. So I will add 25 and 1. The answer is 26. Since both the integers are positive, the answer will also be positive. So in this manner, please work out as I have shown to get the successor of the required integer. In this manner, you all can solve question 3 of exercise 3B.